gracious, everyone. It is once again that time. It's your favorite time of the week because your favorite podcast is back. It is time for another episode of The Score, where we take a look at arts and culture through our queer black lenses. As always, I am your co host, Rocky Jones, and I am here with my two especially good looking co hosts today. I don't know what's going on. The lighting in your spaces. I don't know what's going on. I'm using a different computer today. It looks like I have Vaseline on the lens, and I don't know why.
It actually does a little bit,
It's
yeah.
like very season one RuPaul.
It really is.
And anywho, enough about me. Hi, Paige Reynolds. How are you doing today?
Hello. You know what? I'm doing great. I'm doing great since I don't exist and I don't have to, participate in any of this mess going on around me.
I love that for
hmm
you.
I'm my own little island of sanity. Love it.
Uh, non-existence. It sounds so warm and cozy.
Mm, mm. It really
Mm.
is. It really is.
And Dr. Lee Bynum, are you existing today?
I am over
Oh,
there in the United Kingdom,
oh.
where they
Well,
have
Hey.
sense enough to keep the crazies out.
well, cheerio.
Hey, governor.
Governor.
Yeah.
Well, we have quite a show for you today. Speaking of the United Kingdom, I was sort of thinking about when we were talking about sort of the show, just sort of odds and ends, sort of little things. I don't know. Have you ever seen that TikTok of those two British girls and they're talking about picky bits? We're gonna have some picky bits. We're gonna eat the little picky
What?
bits. So it's like,
Sounds dirty.
That
no, it's not dirty at
is.
all. It's so like when you're on like you go to a picnic and you go to the store and you get like a little hummus and pita and you get like some olives and you get some like cheese and
Oh.
you get like some charcuterie and chips and crackers and something. That's just picky bits. We're gonna have picky bits for
No,
dinner.
that's cute. I like
I
that.
like I like
So I was
it.
thinking today is like our little picky bits show. We're gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of
Mhm.
that, like little things that we just sort of, little threads that we sort of let go of, like a little bit of the shows that we're watching, and a little bit of like what's happening in the culture, a little bit of Rosanda being a fuck ass idiot.
So I think we have an episode title. It's gotta be Picky Bits.
Picky
It's
Picky
bits,
got
bits.
to.
picky
Picky
bits.
bits.
We're gonna have a little picky bits.
It's provocative.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about it like that. Oh, okay. Now I see why you think it's dirty.
It just, yeah,
Yeah,
it just has
okay.
to bring, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this is a show for adults.
Yes.
So, let's
Yes.
adult.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
adult.
Talk about some grown folk stuff.
Yes, come in your ear holes. Well, since I already mentioned it, this week,
Oh, Jesus.
TLC, that tour, I don't know if
Girl.
that tour is getting canceled or what, but
The
I do
streets are saying
know,
it's getting canceled and it needs to.
which I feel terrible for Salt and Peppa and who else is on that tour?
In Vogue.
In Vogue.
I
I
mean,
wanted
Salt
to
and
see
Pepper
In
just got back
Vogue.
together.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I mean, isn't Dawn not on the tour?
She's
And
not. She's not. I hope she's doing well. That TikTok where she was talking about living in her car, it made me very sad.
and Rona Bennett's not on it either. So it's like, well, who,
Who is it?
Oh, okay.
right? It,
Okay.
I mean, I know Salt and Pepper just got back together like 5 minutes ago,
Hmm.
but and I don't know, maybe this tour didn't need to happen. Maybe each and every one of those groups need to be somewhere in therapy trying to figure out what's going on where they bring this mess to our cities.
But I feel like we just need to talk about the magafication of
Oh,
Black
yeah.
celebrities. Because what we have found out is that Chili from TLC um, donated to Donald Trump's 2024 campaign, not 2026, not 2020, but after we
Hmm.
had experienced
Hmm.
nearly a decade of this man's nonsense, she went and donated 17 times,
Hmm.
as if that man needed 17 cents. Let alone however much
Mm.
money that she gave him. Um, I just, I don't understand. And all of this, of course, comes out after she liked or reposted or whatever some racist ass meme about Michelle Obama, and everybody
Hmm.
said, Rosanda, excuse me, what is happening? And she said, oh no, oh, my finger slipped.
Right.
Oh, I pressed the button by accident. And I'm getting really, really tired. I said this on our text chain. I'm really,
Hmm.
really tired of these old ass boomers and Gen
Yep.
Xers
Yep.
lying to
Yep.
Yep.
us as if we
Yep.
all
Yep.
don't know how the internet works
Right. Because if we don't all have fingers,
and
Just because you
phones.
don't know how the internet works, don't mean
right.
we
There we
don't know how
go.
the internet works. Girl, please.
Girl,
You
Yeah.
just learned what a
Stop it.
screenshot was, but the rest of us been knew. It's ju- Like,
And bad lies, right? Like everybody knows, well, I guess maybe everybody didn't know that those kinds of political donations are public record. Like there's no reason to lie
mm,
about stuff like that anymore because the internet keeps receipts, literal receipts. And she was talking about this as if we can't literally look at Instagram and see what you've been reposting. Like, ma'am, that's not how this works. We can see what you've reposted, we can see what you've liked. Like it's very, very clear. Why are you playing in our face at the same time that you're asking us to pay God knows what to come to this tour? Like it is absolutely insane.
and why would a racist Michelle Obama video come up on your algorithm in the first place if that was not content that
hmm
you were
Ding ding ding
engaging
ding
with
ding.
and
I don't get them.
enjoying? I don't get
Nope,
those
sure
kind of
don't.
videos.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
never gotten one of those types of videos in my life.
Not a single
No.
one. Hmm.
Anytime I see something like that, it is someone who is saying this is terrible.
Hmm.
They're not in on the joke. They're look at what these foolish racist dummies are doing. Look at what
Hmm.
these foolish MAGA Trump supporters are doing. I no, I don't just get random anti-black jokes all
Hmm.
across my timeline. I don't
like
have that problem.
like we here at Instagram headquarters thought that you would enjoy this. That has never
Right.
happened. That has never happened to me. Because they have enough of my data that they know that I would not.
hmm hmm hmm
What I don't get is how we get from ain't too proud to beg with that kind of like sex positivity and unpretty with that kind of embracing of Black beauty to this place where she is this stupid. Like what I mean, I know these songs came out 30 years ago, but literally what's been going on in her life in the intervening years that a Michelle Obama as an ape meme is a thing that is now funny to her. Does that mean we just have been misled this entire time? She was never who we thought she was? Or is there maybe something else that's happening to Black celebrities? And I'm going to definitely throw the quote fingers up about whether or not she's still a celebrity at this point. Like, is there something else going on in Hollywood that maybe we need to talk about?
I really wonder if it's just like decades of this point at being famous and I was gonna say wealthy, but we know the money
we
issues
Woo-hoo!
over
we
there.
we saw
But you
left side
know,
do the formula, the math.
hey, hey,
We saw the numbers.
hey, yeah, yeah. She ran it down like Whitney and said one plus one ain't equaling two, baby. Like it's not. But maybe it's just being in those circles for so long. Like, I don't know, y'all. People like her make me realize like I definitely want to make enough money to be comfortable, be provided for, be able to go on a couple vacations a year. But I'm scared of being wealthy and richer, like, being famous because if it makes you this out of touch, and like makes you shift your perspective that much, I don't want it. Is
Yeah.
it like the
Yeah.
convenience of the
Yeah.
life that she has gotten to live over the past couple years? Is it like being so insulated from like the real life, like dire conditions that a lot of Americans are in that like you don't realize how dangerous the rhetoric of someone like Trump is. Like you don't realize how dangerous the whole far right movement is. Like, are you just that insulated from it? Like I really don't understand. I'm asking these questions for real because
Yeah.
I don't know how she got there unless it was a facade all along and like other people had actually had those ideas and she was just going along with it. Like maybe she didn't have that much hand in writing something like Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
I don't think she
Maybe.
did, quite frankly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
mean,
mean, I'll give you that.
clearly,
I
clearly.
mean, I'll definitely give you that. It still feels like, to your point, Paige, like there have to have been, I don't know, some real moments of feeling like you were removed from the actual group of people that you were so like professionally aligned with, who in her case are Black women. So like
Yeah.
I don't understand like I really don't understand like, okay, let's say that somehow these are her political beliefs. Who the hell do you think is following you on social media that would want to see that?
Exactly.
Like what is really going on? Is it drugs? I
Is it
mean,
religion? Is she very religious? Is
I
she
don't
like
know.
she's a
super conservative
Seventh
Christian?
Day Adventist.
Okay.
I looked this up because I was
Um,
also curious if there was like a religious thing that says, memes like that are funny. And I don't know enough about that religion to know if that is creating that kind of political alignment. I I don't know because it
I
came
don't
out
know.
the same time as like this Nick Cannon stuff, right? And
oh my gosh.
obviously Nick Cannon is not a person to take seriously.
No.
But even still, it was like, sir, who do you think you're talking to in this moment? Of all the people who could possibly care about what you have to say, I would imagine 0.1% of them would agree with the stuff that's coming out of your mouth right now. Again, how did they get here?
I mean, again,
You
with him,
know,
it also has to be the money and fame because I
yeah.
don't understand how he went to Howard and sat
Yeah.
in the class of Dr. Gregory Carr and is still saying this stuff. Like, I'm sorry, if Dr. Carr's class didn't get you together, then you must have been too far gone in the first place. Like, we must have been lost him.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do think it is the money and the fame because I can't remember who it was, but there was something I was reading about it, and they were sort of making the argument that it really is just sort of like a greed slash crabs in the bucket type
Mm.
situation that like, and it's not even like people who are like these multi-million billion dollar celebrities. It's like all of a sudden like, these black folks who are making like, 80K living in like DC or New York and like talking about other like black people, like Diet Hitler. Like it's crazy to me. Like the way that people are, I got mine, so I'm just gonna shut the door behind me,
Yeah.
slam it shut,
Mhm.
And then laugh at you
and then laugh at you
on top of it.
and
Because
and vote like against your interests. Make sure that like you don't ever have any of the things that I have and that I get to continue. And the dumber ones, the Nick Cannons and the Chili's, actually like will come out and say it. Because like I don't know who Beyonce votes for, I don't know who Oprah votes for, but at least they have the good sense to like, come out and campaign for Kamala and Democratic candidates because they know that if people found out they closed the curtain and voted for Trump, that would probably hurt their bottom line.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm. No, it's I do feel like there's like this incomplete conversation that we as a Black community are having about our celebrities right now, because when I saw my dear beloved Lauryn Hill come out at that Kanye concert, and I was like, why? Why? Like, are we okay with this? Does it seem like somebody was asking for this? 5 minutes ago, this man is making pop songs about Hitler. Like, it's actually okay if we leave him over here by himself, because nothing good is going to come from being closely allied to this person in this moment. And it just kind of makes me, it truly makes me wonder where people's own value systems are. Like, there are things that people can say that would make me say, oh, I don't actually want to be connected with them anymore. And Kanye has said almost all of them. And I don't understand why there are people in this moment who are continuing to be like, yay, let's celebrate this person. It was kind of a no-brainer for me to be like, I want to make sure each and every song associated with him is out of my iTunes and stays out of my iTunes forever and ever and ever, just because I don't want to be connected with somebody who thinks slavery was an election. Like, to me, like I don't even want that energy around me. I don't want his words coming through. I don't want his words coming in my ear holes, right? Like, what are we doing, and why can't, as a community, we come together and say, yeah, there's some things that we just need to leave them where they are.
well, I think part of the thing with Kanye is, I think, honestly, patriarchy as
Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
and people often making a lot of excuses for successful Black men.
Hmm.
I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, in general, just in
Yeah.
life, like
Yeah. No, that's very
the
fair.
the
Because
bar is extremely low, unfortunately.
it is interesting that like TLC's tour might get canceled, but Kanye is selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
yep. And people love, especially, uh, honestly, what people might love even more than successful quote,
Hmm.
Black man is a redemption arc for a successful Black man. And oh, let's welcome him back. And he realizes he was wrong. And if you can't do that, then that's part of the problem with our community and da 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 da. Like, honestly, I feel like the patriarchy
Yeah.
runs deep, which also brings me to like a general thought that I've been having just with Chili, with Kanye West, and I've been thinking to myself like, wow, I know that there are a chunk of Black folks who are conservative, who are actually pretty conservative
Hmm.
in values, and a big chunk of those people just vote Democrat because Republicans and the whole, far right movement is so racist. But maybe there's even more of those people than I thought.
Yeah.
And maybe the
Mhm.
conservatism among Black folks is more prevalent than I thought.
Mm.
And more of those people are even being swayed to vote for right candidates to, still support celebrities who are not denouncing MAGA and Trump. Like maybe the racism is not as big of a factor anymore
Mm,
for folks who are really actually conservative in values, who maybe have a little bit more money or can be influenced by money, or are the kind of people who can get got by
yeah,
the scapegoats that the right creates also, like trans people, like abortion, like, you know,
yeah.
insert
Hmm.
whatever other issue here. Like, I've really been thinking about this, and I can't think about it too much because it really gets me down. It really
No,
gets me
same.
down,
But
and
yeah,
it.
but I mean, I think you're probably right. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, as we have seen over the last couple of decades, we've seen the whole country go rightward. Why wouldn't that apply
yeah.
to Black folks, unfortunately? And, as we have sort of seen, um, funding for education and the arts and all of those things that sort of open up your world and cause you to have new experiences and meet new people and see and taste and smell and find new avenues for your brain to go down. As those shrink and become smaller and smaller and fewer, like, yeah, that sort of, erases any sort of nuance. And I don't mean to sort of paint people with a broad brush at all.
Paint them.
um, but I think especially like sitting here in this queer body and sort of looking out at sort of the state of things, um, it's very unfortunate because I do kind of see sort of how the conservative message in like the last, especially like the last, you know, 10, 15 years can be very seductive because it's just like, oh my gosh, we're all so overwhelmed by things. And here's an ideology where you don't really have to think all
Yeah.
that much. You don't have to do that much of your own thinking. You can just trans people bad, put them over here. Abortion bad, put it over here. Like, Jesus good.
Mm.
You go to church, that's good. Um, and to just, and hey, we're gonna, not take your money and give it to those evil trans folk. We're not gonna give it to those ladies that want abortion. We're not gonna give it to those gays who want, their prep.
Mm,
Like you get to keep
Ooh, child.
even more of it. Like and like
mm,
don't worry about like that crumbling school over there. Don't worry about that road with all the potholes over there. Don't worry about those nukes that we're sending over to Israel. Like, just sit here and enjoy your episode of Survivor. And shut the fuck up until it's time for us to, tell you to go vote against trans people and their interests again. I
mm.
mean, it's just easy.
Yeah,
A-
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's easy for anyone, right? Black, white, whatever. It's why you see all these, Latino folks in ICE. It's just,
right.
it's easy.
And then it goes back to the all of the shock that everyone is feigning right now, but maybe they really aren't feigning it, right? Like
Mm-mm.
if you never had to process something to its logical conclusion, when someone is saying, let's get rid of all these, you know, bad immigrants, to me it's like the message there couldn't be clearer. But I guess if you're deciding that this is really about how you are getting through this very complicated moment without having to process anything. Of course, it's not going to be until they deport your grandmother on her way to the grocery store that you actually start thinking about what the message was all along. If even at that point, you're actually processing it fully, because I'm not convinced people are processing it fully yet. Because I think if they were, people would be much, much angrier, and not just about these grocery prices and gas prices. I think people would be losing their collective minds in this moment.
But Lee, there was one white lady that was killed by an illegal immigrant. So this is an actual problem, and they all have to go.
You're so right. And let me go over here
See
and
how easy it was for me to convince you?
I couldn't hear you because I was so busy eating my neighbor's cats and dogs. Like I just lost the thread for a second, but I'm with you again. Oh, ciao.
Good child.
Well, I
But
hope they
and
cancel that tour. I legitimately hope they do.
well, I don't like I feel bad for T-Boz. I don't know how she what her affiliation is. And I feel bad for Salt and Pepper, even though I don't know what their affiliations are. And they just got back together, like you said, Lee. They
I mean,
just
but do we not think that it's possible that, birds of a feather are flocking together? Like it would be very hard for me to spend a dime on something like this at this point because I'm
Everybody
like,
looking sus now.
no, it's
everybody,
true.
Everybody.
It's so
everybody.
true. It's so true. And it's not like I could just like buy a ticket and just say, can you just take a third of that off?
Be like, so can I get the set times? And I'm only gonna, nope, I'm only doing the first third. Nope, 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 nope.
I mean, I'm just saying, hold on to your dignity. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, we'll see
They
how
were
that all shakes out. Oh, go ahead.
they were all supposed to do the Minnesota State Fair.
They were.
That was part of the tour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're gonna
Ay, ay,
change that? You
ay.
think they're gonna cancel that?
No, I mean, I bet all these racist ass white folks all of a sudden are gonna be big TLC fans. Come down from from out of state, learn all the songs.
I
Well.
mean, TLC opening for Kid Rock was not something that I had on my bingo card for 2026.
Well, the 90s are back. Oh, but let's go on to something a little bit happier. So there is a season of Drag Race that is airing that we
Oh,
haven't talked about at
we
all.
haven't talked about it.
Well, a little bit. We talked about Kenya Pleaser and how disappointed we were.
I'm so glad she's gone.
Now, I have not watched the Lollapalooza yet,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet
so I
either.
don't know what's going on there, but we
I mean, I
are.
bet Kenya didn't win it. I'll bet you that. I don't know why I didn't enjoy her. I feel like when there's a black queen on and she's not excelling, then I get frustrated that she's not excelling. And then I also get frustrated at her, especially when I can pick apart the reasons that she's not on top of it. And it's like, baby, if you would just learn these fucking lyrics, we would be completely fine. There is no excuse for it. There's none.
I just I realize that perhaps this is not the attitude in 2026, but I still feel like with my elder millennial brain that like RuPaul really is the Olympics of drag, right?
Yes,
And so you
absolutely.
should not be like I understand that, I was just watching the other night, like I was sort of going back because they still have some of the old Olympics from like February on Peacock. And I sometimes I like to just go and just like have something in the background. And so I was watching the skiing, and then you get to the end of like all the elite skiers have gone, and then you just have like, somebody from some country where they don't have mountains like hurling themselves down the hill, and then they're in like 52nd place like from like Belize or something. And it's like, oh, how did you even get here? And I feel like that sort of sometimes they will cast these girls that are just completely just underbaked
Yeah,
for whatever
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
And what always happens is that those girls they go on the show and then they come back 2 or 3 years later. They have had a chance to see themselves on TV. They've gotten a little coin from the
Hmm.
tours and whatnot, and they have been able to upgrade and look beautiful and fabulous and polished and understand all the reasons why they did not win and why they were kind of crunchy while they were on the show. But it's also very upsetting to watch them be crunchy on the
Yeah,
show. And I think
yeah.
that was my problem with Kenya Pleaser. It's like if you were going to have and I think her personality is very fun. She's
Hmm.
very bubbly, very vivacious,
I
all
think
of
I'd
that.
like to spend time with her.
I would love to be Kenya Pleaser's friend, but it makes me upset to see this black young queen and so young
So young.
on the show looking like that
Yeah,
Oof.
and
yeah,
performing like that.
yeah.
And these outfits that just looked like you went to you you found something from Lane Bryant at the Goodwill and cut it up and then called it a Shaka Khan costume. I'm sorry, but that's
Yeah,
not
the
gonna cut
No.
Shaka
it.
concert costume was it was
It
profoundly
was
offensive.
shocking. It was
Yeah,
shocking.
yeah, yeah.
It was shocking.
Dang. Oh, I gotta get into this. I gotta get into it.
You take a sedative first because it's going to do some things. You know, Damien said something very similar about Kenya, and he took it a step farther to say our frustration needs to be with the producers
Yes.
because she had no business on this season. I mean, she would have been fine on Canadian Drag Race, but this season where the girls were this strong, she was just outclassed from the beginning.
I would argue even this past season of Canadian Drag Race, she would have been
Yeah.
outmatched.
Yeah,
Because
no, she wouldn't have gone
like
very far.
yeah,
Right.
Ebony, Van Gogh,
Ebony
like
should have won. Justice for Ebony.
yes, I would agree. I'm not mad that Van Gogh won, but
Oh, I was.
I think that Ebony was a stronger candidate.
Van Gogh just had such a nasty little
She was
attitude.
such an attitude.
Oh, and would get mad when she didn't win things that she clearly didn't win. And it's like, ma'am, you're a great seamstress.
And that little black scent, like clocked,
Yeah.
clocked.
Oh no.
I was like, mm.
Period.
Mm-mm.
I don't like that. That makes me feel weird. But I mean, but I just look at, I mean, getting back to Kenya, like I just look at as young as she was, there's also another young queen on there. And I know that RuPaul said that she needs more time to cook, and maybe she does. But Juicy,
Juicy was
fabulous.
fantastic. I mean,
Fabulous.
Mikey Meeks is also, and Mikey is probably going to win the whole thing. And she's also not that much older than either of them is, right? Like the youth of it isn't a thing that to
Mm-mm.
me justifies it. I mean, we've seen other very youthful queens just run away with whole seasons. The including the oh God, from Thailand who just won UK versus the world. Um,
Oh, I didn't watch that.
oh, what is her name? She was really, really good. Oh, Godland. She like wiped the floor with those girls. And so like the youth of it to me the ex isn't the excuse. I mean, Kenya was just not she just she wasn't polished and she got there and saw what those other girls were doing and didn't step it up in the middle of the season. Some of those other girls, they get there and they're like, oh, this is what y'all are doing. Let me figure something out. Darlene Mitchell figured a thing out and she
Mm.
was definitely crunchy those first couple of episodes.
I
But
mean,
you
I
have to
think,
be able to do that.
yeah, I mean, I think the queen of that is Bimini.
Yeah.
Like came in,
Yeah.
got the lay of the land, was like, "Oh
Hmm.
no,
Hmm.
this is not good enough," and then just stepped it right on up. Said, "Okay, I'm gonna put on some clothes
Hmm.
and and do some cartwheels and some backflips and make it to the finals."
Mm, act like you know.
I'm just saying. Ay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what are we thinking
absolutely.
about this final three? You mentioned Mikey and
Mhm.
Darlene, and who's the other one? Nene Coco?
I don't enjoy Nene Coco.
I
I
don't like
feel
Nene Coco either.
Nene Coco has some gorgeous looks. Like the last thing
Hmm.
she wore on that
She's
runway,
very
that zebra.
beautiful. Yes.
She's very well put together, but she's not in the moment. Her eyes are usually dead when she performs. Like it's a and I don't like what she does yet. And I feel like I can kind of tell that she does a lot of drag, like not in performance in front of large groups of people kind of a thing, because that's not where she excels and she is chronically unfunny. I don't enjoy her like
Nene
even a
Coco has
little
not made me
bit.
laugh once.
No, not at all.
Not
Like
one time.
and her outfits are cute, but they're not so cute to me that I'm willing to forgive the fact that she doesn't understand that if you are a drag queen and you're not funny, then you're not doing it right.
She's one of those queens that, is very beautiful, but like just feels like doesn't quite have that
Mhm.
star quality.
Yeah, there's
Doesn't,
no it factor at all
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Like Miss Fame. So
Right,
beautiful,
right.
but like no X Factor,
Mm-mm.
no nothing. Just sort of relying on the looks. And what makes me just sort of sad about Nene Coco is that like you can tell she wants to be funny.
Yeah, she
She
really
wants
does.
so
She
bad to
really
make everyone
does.
laugh. She's trying, and then it's just coming off as just like mean and shady when she tries to like, go after the other girls and like whatnot. Um, and it's just like, oh girl, you just need to sit down and get some friends.
And
Nene
it's
Coco, she seems
so
like a lonely
uncomfortable.
person.
She does sing very, very lonely. Like she just never had any friends. And I'm not saying
Hmm.
that to like be
No, I'm not trying to be
mean.
mean.
It just kind of feels like she's one of those people that like, I don't know, was sitting by herself in the cafeteria through the end of grad school. Just like didn't make any friends ever.
Oh.
I feel like we're not trying to be mean, but we're
No, we're not.
succeeding admirably. I'm
And now y'all making me
sorry.
feel bad for her, Dave.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nini Coco. So, I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're a lovely person and you have lots and lots of friends.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
But you
mean,
better go
maybe.
on TV and act like it.
I mean, that's the thing, especially when so many of the other girls this season have been so likable. Even like I didn't ever think Juicy was going to win, but I wanted to root for her every time
Hmm.
she came out because you could see how hard she was trying to like put it all together and it just wasn't there yet, right? And
But sometimes it would hit.
oh yeah,
And
it's in
and
there.
she was great. And it was like, okay, hold on to that. Hold on
Right,
to that energy.
right,
Okay, you just won that
right,
challenge. Okay,
right.
keep going. And then all of a sudden it's like her brain would reset and it'd be like, I'm not funny. And it's like, but you won the comedy challenge. You know how to do this. What do you mean you're not funny?
Oh.
You just made us laugh last week.
It was, but I agree with Rue. I think she just needs a little bit more time to figure
Yeah.
out what what she does besides move extraordinarily well. Like
My God.
she is to me maybe one of the three best dance lip sync artists that have been on here because a lot of those girls just come out and dance, and to me, like
Hmm.
that's not lip syncing, you know. Like, but Juicy is so alive in the when the music is on and communicates so in such a compelling way. And when she did that, what was it, Total Eclipse of the Heart? Is that what it was?
Hmm.
When she was
Hmm.
literally with the fitted sheet tied to her arms and
Hmm.
wasn't dancing, and I was like, oh, you're
Like you
special.
know what you're doing.
You really,
Mm.
really get it. And she didn't lose that lip sync against Nene Coco, which was,
She did not.
you know, and we can go back and forth about the number of times Rue will just say, yeah, you won that lip sync, but I'm moving on anyway. But this one to me was like, Nene's not going to bring anything interesting to the final. And as funny as these other two girls are that you are moving on, if I was Jane Doe, I'd be somewhere mad than a motherfucker. Like this, it just actually felt very
Because
upside down to me.
that was another one where it's like, okay, I will give you that Nene Coco maybe won that lip sync by a hair, but like from a storytelling producing perspective, trying to create
Yeah,
interesting television, why on earth would you get rid of Jane Doe other
right.
than you want her to come back for future All-Star seasons?
That it's literally the only thing that I could think about because, Jane don't like that drag aesthetic. I appreciate it. It's not usually my cup of tea, although there have been some of those Northwest girls who've come out and just impressed the hell out of me. She was so good. And even the week that they sent her home, I don't think she was the worst one
No.
by a long shot. It,
Mm-mm.
it, it just seemed like the judges were just ready to, they just were ready to move on. They had decided that she wasn't going to win. So let's take this as the opportunity to send her on her way. And stuff like that. I'm like, do a better job editing. Like, we're watching the show that you're putting out, and this feels unjustified. This is why people are still complaining about Ginger Minge winning All Stars last year,
And
right? Like,
that's the thing that I never understand about Drag Race. As a professional video editor myself, someone who has been paid thousands and thousands of dollars to edit video, like, yeah, it's about telling a story that your audience will believe. And
Mhm.
I do not believe for one second that this show, the way that you presented it to
Yeah,
me, that
yeah,
this show would have been more interesting or better going down the road to the finale without Jane Doe.
yeah. I
In
don't believe
fact,
it.
and the episodes since have borne that theory out
Mhm.
because like Mikey, great, cool. I'm sure she will win, and she's funny, and she's has some nice fashions, and if she wins, well deserved. Um, I don't feel particularly excited about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Darlene
Same.
Mitchell, like, girl, what? Like, I mean, she seems like a very nice
Seems
person.
like such a
I
sweetheart.
would love to be friends with Darlene Mitchell.
Same, but to me, Darlene is more compelling in the confessionals in boy drag.
Yes.
And that is always communicating a thing to me. And I love the underdog story of it all, like how she was such a disaster those first 2 weeks and has made it all the way to the finale. But it feels like some of the stronger competitors went home way too early. Her name is slipping right now. The Black Queen who was the designer.
Oh, Vita.
Yeah, I mean, she was also chronically unfunny, but based on her looks alone, she should have been 2 more weeks.
I mean,
And
excuse me, Mia Star.
I was about to say Mia to
Excuse
me
me.
was the most compelling person of the season. When she got sent home, yeah, it was the worst snatch game that we'd seen in 2 or 3 years. But I don't think she lost the lip
She
sync.
didn't lose the lip sync.
It-
She
by
didn't.
by a mile. And it's like, if the lip sync for your life is actually not going to count, then stop calling it that. And instead just say, the judges and I have conferred, and we're sending this person home because we're ready for them to go.
Mhm.
Like, please stop playing in my face. Y'all know I don't like that.
It just it that one was particularly egregious because that was when
Hmm.
Kenya was wearing the Shaka Khan outfit, and Mia was wearing a perfectly serviceable
Perfectly
Prince
serviceable.
situation. Looked good, makeup was good. Kenya looked a fucking mess. Did not know the words.
Did not know the words. And Mia knew every word, knew
Ugh.
every gesture, knew every guitar lick.
Mia was a choreographer for Britney Spears, was dancing the house down. So I will never understand. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah, that one for me because I was also so when they sent me home, my expectation was, okay, whatever the challenge is next week, Kenya's going to slay it because that must be the only reason they kept her.
Nope.
And then the next week she was completely competent. And I was like, Mia would have been so good because wasn't the Rusical the next week? It's like
Yes.
Mia would have been so good in this. It was bizarre
And
decision making.
And I know that you say that Mia's snatch game was terrible, and it was. But Kenya's Snatch Game was equally as terrible in
if
a
not
much
worse.
different
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
In that
yeah.
it was so try hard, it was ridiculous, and Lizzo needs to call her lawyers because
No, seriously.
that was slander.
That
That was
was offensive.
that was offensive.
It was and oh God, I've forgotten how mad I was about that. I also don't understand how Mikey didn't win the Snatch Game because I didn't find Nene funny at all. And I thought the makeup was garish. And I feel like we've seen a better David Attenborough on Snatch Game before on one of the other franchises. First of all, how is this the second David Attenborough on Snatch Game, which is already bizarre. But like I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. And I'm getting dangerously close to writing a letter
Oh.
to a person. I haven't decided to whom.
Hmm. I'm assuming it would be strongly worded.
Very, very strongly. Dear Mr. Charles.
But I will say, I mean, it really does just kind of, and I know that this critique has been leveled against Rue for years and years and years, but I think it really has sort of it's just been highlighted for me this season. But that he just looks bored.
Well, how could he not be?
He
I,
just
I
looks
mean,
so bored.
Seen it all.
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. And most of these girls this season at their best have just reminded me of somebody else,
Yeah.
which is, 18, you know, uh seasons in, that is what you're going to get. But I will say the announcing of the Japanese franchise has actually been
Oh,
really exciting to me because I
I
feel
didn't know
like,
that.
oh yeah, and
Oh.
Japanese drag it's different than what we have over here. So I'm actually really excited to see what that little bit of cultural translation is going to be. I can't wait to see what those girls do.
Okay, well that would be fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
Hmm.
I'm
Yes.
intrigued.
I have to look out for the premiere of that. Maybe we'll
Hmm.
do a little recap once it drops.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, bitches. Well, so who do you have your money on? I think I'm going with Mikey Meeks.
No, I mean I have to. Like if Nene wins, then I am fully calling rigor mortis. Like that absolutely would be a complete scam on a very, very high level because she hasn't won the season. She really hasn't won the challenges she won. I did not like that little construction paper leaf dress she wore on the first episode. Like
It wasn't the best one. I mean, it was fine, but it didn't really do much to flatter her body.
no,
And
it didn't. And it
but it
looked
was
like what it
fine.
was. It
Yeah.
it looked like you cut out some little fake leaves. So yeah, I'm going for Mikey. If Darlene wins, I feel like I can live with it because I learned to live with Jimbo winning.
Mm.
So I'll make some kind of sense of it, but I'm not of the final three. Mikey to me is the only one who belongs in the final three, and I still don't think she won the season.
No,
So
no. We need to bring Jane and Juicy back.
absolutely. We had a perfectly good final three with I mean, Juicy's one of the best lip syncers they've had on the show in a number of years. And I just hope she won that Lollapalooza. And if she didn't,
I bet she
in two
didn't.
weeks, I'm going to be acting a fool on this show. I'm just letting y'all know now.
I bet you they engineered something so that she didn't. I'm curious who's gonna be the Megami. Who's gonna
Yeah,
be
me
that
too.
person?
Me too. That you just do not expect to come out and do as much as they do.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my plan for after we finish recording. But good luck to all those
Good
girls.
luck to some of those girls.
Oh, but there's been more. interesting news coming out of the reality TV space. I don't, do y'all watch Summer House?
Until you mentioned it, I hadn't heard word one about this show.
Break it down for us.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't watch it, but I think I will moving forward because this is messy. So Sierra, who's Sierra from the Traitors, that's how I know her.
That's how I know her, and only how I know her.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't watched Traitors, but it's so interesting how people like develop a career kind of in reality television.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm.
that what this person is doing? So like multiple
Basically,
shows.
yes.
Hmm.
Okay, cool, cool,
But
cool.
she's a black woman. She's originally from Atlanta, and now I guess she lives in New York. She's a nurse full
Is
time,
that
and
what she does?
yes,
She's
she's like,
stunning. I thought for sure she
mhm.
was just like a model or
Well,
actress or something.
I'm sure that's what's coming down the pike.
Of course,
Uh,
yeah.
um, but so she's on this show called Summer House, and essentially it's these, folks who live in New York City. They rent this group of friends in their 20s and 30s, but now I guess they're like some of them are in their 40s because the show's been on like for forever. Um, and they rent a home in the Hamptons for the weekend, and then they like the show sort of chronicles them going to the house for the weekend and the parties and the hookups and whatnot while they are in this house for the Hamptons with a little bit of their sort of professional lives in the city. Um,
Interesting.
yes. So for the longest time, the whole cast was white, and then they brought Ciara in, and she was the only black cast member for several years. I guess now they have recently brought in a couple of other black folks and other folks of color to, you know, to be a part of the cast. But because she was the only black person on this all-white cast for such a long time, like, many of her hookups and romances and whatnot on the show were with white men, and super problematic in number of different ways. This one man that she dated, apparently has sort of cheated on her, played in her face, all this nonsense. And then they were like at dinner, and he was like, I saw this clip, and he was like, "Oh, look at you in that dress, you little minx." And she was like, "Oh my God, shut up." And he was like, "You little Jezebel." And I was like, "Excuse me?"
Huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's what she was working with. That's what she was dealing with. Um so another woman on the show, her name is Amanda, and she was married to sort of like the lead, I guess, male on the show. His name is Kyle. Um
Married.
yes, they got
Oh, this is
married.
getting interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were in a situationship at the beginning of the series and then got married, and apparently the marriage has been rocky and terrible like for like the past like 10 years. And they finally in January announced that they're getting a divorce. And she on the show is Sierra's best friend.
Hmm.
And like they have supported each other through all of the trials and tribulations with these men. Um, then a couple of years ago, this other man joined the show. He is a sports writer. He like works for Complex. He's very sort of how would we describe him? Um, Uses black culture and clothing and vernacular for clout.
Know exactly the type. Yep.
Hmm. Yeah.
We
I
used
know
to
this
have a
man.
word for him. Yep.
Yeah, which I was trying not to say. That's why I was like, I'm finding it. I'm finding it. So yes, and I think a lot of the white audience responded to him. His name is West, as in go
West.
west.
West. Not just
uh,
regular West.
Not just
West.
West, West.
I already hate him. Go ahead.
And so I think a lot of the audience responded to him because he was actually bringing, a little bit of different spice, some seasoning. wasn't like sort of like all the rest of these sort of milk toast vanilla.
Sorry, I just found a picture of this man and now yeah, okay.
So
Sorry,
he
proceed.
so he and Ciara ended up getting together. And she was very much like he wanted to just like hook up and like have sex and like whatever. And she was like, after her experience with Jezebel Man, was like, no, I'm tired of, these sort of one night stand type short term situations. I am looking for a long term relationship. I'm looking for my man. If you are that man, then you need to prove yourself to me. And so they sort of had this like kind of back and forth, like whatever. Um, After filming happened, though, apparently they got together for real. And they were like, boyfriend, girlfriend, meeting each other's parents, meeting each other's
Oh, wow.
families, like whole thing. She was in love with this man. And
Oh,
then he broke up with her suddenly. And she said it was because he said that he was not ready for commitment. And then he went to the New York Times twice, two profiles, because he had become that popular on the show, being attached to her, um, to talk about like why they broke up and why he doesn't like her. And so they come back for the show the next season and she was like, "Get the fuck out of my face. Like this is no, don't talk to me. Don't look at me, whatever." And he's like, "Why is she being so mean to me?" And like all the other girls on the show are like, "Cause you went to the New York Times and like you know, said that this, that, and the other, why you don't want to be with her." Um and so like they were not cool. And now this most recent season, they have sort of come back together and sort of what's airing right now is like them sort of rekindling a friendship and then it's sort of this like will they won't they sort of get back together. Um
wait. Why would she even consider that after he went to the failing New York Times and told all her business like that? Like,
uh,
what's wrong with her?
that's a question you're gonna have to ask her.
I have a lot of questions.
So meanwhile, in real time, so Amanda and Kyle announced their divorce, but she was seen with West, with her best friend's ex-man, out in bars, holding hands, getting real close, canoodling. And people were like, "What's going on here?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just friends, we're just friends, we're just friends." Come to find out, they've been fucking for who knows how long. Because finally, all the evidence was mounting, and they had to release a joint statement saying that we have a connection, and we didn't want to.
Mm,
We wanted to stay quiet about our connection because we just wanted to make sure we could see where it was going,
Oh
um,
dear.
and we didn't want to hurt anyone, but this is what it is. And so they just kept this from everyone, all their castmates, all their friends, and from Sierra, who's supposedly this girl's best friend.
Wow.
And then after they announced this, all these ladies came out. It was like that time when Tiger Woods hit the tree and all the ladies fell out. Like all these girls were like, I've been in a relationship with Wes for 2 years.
oh,
I've been I've been having sex with Wes for like the last 2 months. I've been having sex with Wes for the
Whoa.
last 6 months. So this girl, so Amanda also played herself
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
no.
because she lost her best friend behind this man who was, community property apparently.
If they will do it with you, they will do it to you. And I don't know
Exactly.
why more people do not understand that.
Exactly. But
Mm,
part of the controversy around it all is because there was this very pivotal scene this past season where Ciara opened up to West and Amanda about why this whole thing with the New York Times was so especially hurtful as a black woman because like as a black woman in this all white space dating white men, she's sort of held to a different standard by the
Hmm.
black community. And like all these people are talking about like how are you letting these white men on TV play in your face? And it's like when you went to the New York Times to talk about me, you made me look like Boo Boo the Fool in front of everyone. And both of them like came and like hugged her and was like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, we didn't realize. Oh my God. And to have these two people who heard this from her last summer when it was filmed and then proceeded to just completely play in her face in this
Mm,
way publicly.
mm.
It's crazy.
It,
Say it.
and
Say it.
I also looked his picture up just now, and I don't know what else she would have expected. I mean,
Mhm,
I,
mhm, mhm, mhm. I knew immediately.
immediately,
Immediately.
Immediately what kind of
immediately.
Immediately.
well, Sierra girl, uh wherever you are, I hope you have learned from this.
Mhm.
Let this be a learning lesson for you.
Let this be a learning lesson for you. Hope that maybe there's an elder black woman in your life
Mhm.
who can lend you a bosom to cry on, but also a stern talking to, a la
Yep.
Yanla
Yep.
Van Zant style. Um, and yeah, hate that you had to learn it like this in such
Hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
public way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you let that man play in your face twice?
Twice.
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 You
It's
know,
one thing is to have these people making you look like Boo Boo the Fool.
Hmm.
It's another thing to let them do it again.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately I don't understand because I see her, I see what she looks like. I hear she's a nurse. She's educated. She lives in New York. She has there's so many men in New
She
York.
was on the Traitors. I'm sure she has millions of followers.
Millions of followers, so she's probably got a coin or two. I remember her on Traitors. She seemed like legitimately a really sweet person, like
And
and
they
she didn't come off as being a dummy on
no,
that
and but they
show.
I mean they framed the fuck out of her, those Traitors. I felt bad for her that whole season. Because she
I did
spent the whole
too.
season just like, I'm not a traitor. No, because she's surrounded by the traitors, apparently on the summer house.
Well, that's why she was so bad on the show. I mean, she clearly can't
Hmm.
recognize it when it's happening right in her
Hmm.
face.
No, and it was
That's
so sad. There was a picture of her apparently, like somebody said it was like right as she was getting the news, and she's sitting on the ground outside the Hermes store in New York in a white dress with some man consoling her. And I was just like, oh, girl.
oh, that hurts.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But I just keep thinking about like why does Bravo do this? And why do people agree to this? Like Garcelle, like going onto
Yeah.
this like all white
Yep.
franchise and
Yep.
thinking that it's gonna play out differently than it does.
I frequently think about it from the other direction about how the sort of social shows and reality TV are based on like this kind of shorthand about what different groups of people, different demographics, different kinds of people are capable of. And that shorthand um, allows them to be able to drop us into their lives because we're already thinking, oh, a sassy gay black person or a feisty Latina or a, you know, sort of airhead character, right? And when you think about like the competitions, especially something like Traitors, where, you know, that country boy with the snake tattoos who won this past season, like so much of that was based on the fact that people saw him and they told the
Mm-hmm.
whole story. Oh, shucks, he couldn't be a traitor. Or she's a nice old white woman. She couldn't be a traitor. And, you know, reality TV moves in that direction for the audience. I don't think it as much about what it means to be a person who voluntarily puts yourself in one of those situations, because like the Garcelle Beauvais question is a very real one to me, or the kind of K Michelle situation right now. What I feel like these girls on Real Housewives of Atlanta are going to wreak havoc because it's such a different reality show context than the one she came out of. It was like this isn't Love and Hip Hop. They played a very different kind of a manipulation over here. And I don't know that this is the kind of manipulation you play. These are fair questions about why are you putting yourself in a situation like that? And I guess it's easy for me to say because my type doesn't exist. There's no such thing as, you know, nerdy, intellectual, non-binary black queerdo on a reality TV show. If you want to see that, you literally have to listen to this podcast. But if I were somebody, a
And
slightly more
thank you for listening to this podcast.
thank you, friends. But if you know I were like a more common type, I don't know. I feel like I would know that they were going to play in my face if I joined any of these shows.
Oh, 100%. And I was thinking about like, cause like now they're gonna do like a normie season of The Traitors, and I was like, oh, should I audition? Like that would be fun. And then I watched this most recent season of UK Traitors, and all the black folks just one after the other
One by
after the
one by
other,
one. First five episodes, they gotten rid of all of them.
all of them,
Damn.
all of them, just one after the other until only Roxy was left, and it was just like, oh Lord,
And I mean, and she was
her stupid ass.
presenting no competition, no threat to anybody. She was just literally on the show, being loud and wrong every week. No,
But
it's a real question about both what it says for us as audience members that this style of show that trades in these types and expectations are as popular as they are, but also just as regular people that it feels like, oh, this is going to be fun for sometimes no money for me to just go on TV and have people act like an ass to me for months and months and months. I do not get it. Like I couldn't conceive of wanting to do that. Like there's no way to come out of one of these shows and either not look like a complete victim and or idiot, frankly, or a monster. Like there's no
mhm.
space for anything else.
I also think this is why, what was that show? With the social media game where they were like all in
The
a
Oh, The
Circle,
Circle.
the
yeah.
circle. I think like these I don't know, typical reality show setup and archetypes that we're talking about is part of why something like The Circle was really interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Because you had all kinds of different people, but also they can play as not themselves,
Yeah.
you know, and even if they
Yeah.
are playing as themselves and their actual face, then they could, you know, say something that's completely different from their actual personality. There's like just all these different layers that I feel like kind of interrupt the usual the usual scripts that
Hmm.
Hmm.
that go like the first season of The Circle, old girl who played as her husband,
Hmm.
Yes.
genius,
Yes.
genius. And I said towards the beginning, I was like, she's gonna win, she's gonna win because she's playing this correctly. What an interesting social experiment for her to play this. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know if I could go on one of these. I don't know if I could do it.
Never be
Yeah,
scared to
like
death.
going out to like an island to like eat bugs. And then all of a sudden like have to deal with like white supremacy. No, not for
Mm-mm.
me. While I'm starving and all I have to eat is rice. No.
And knowing somebody in one episode will be like, "You're my best friend, I love you," and the next episode immediately side with the group of white men simply because they want to be aligned with that group. And that's the thing that kind of gets me on so many of them. Like the last season of Traitors, there was that one girl, I think she was Scottish, maybe.
Oh, Mora.
Yeah, she to me was the
I'm
absolute.
thinking that that's a throwaway vote. You got me thinking about this, about this theory. Why would Candace do a throwaway vote?
It's just like let me turn my brain off so I can be on the same side as this random group of people. Like I don't, oh, I'd just be so mad. I'd be so mad and uncomfortable the entire time.
Because that, like, if I did go on Traders, I could not be a faithful. I couldn't do it. I like because I would not that like I'm so smart or whatever, but like I feel like eventually I would figure it out and I'd be trying to explain it to people and they'd just be like, "You black bitch, get out of the castle right now." And I'm just sitting there like, "Let me save you."
You would be the first one they sent home because
100%.
it's so clear how smart you are. And one of them would be
Hmm.
like, probably the Colton would be like, oh no, we got to get rid of
We have
her.
to get no.
We no,
Got to.
no,
No, no.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. But I think I'd be an amazing trader. But they will ne like after what Suri did, they will never let a black person win traders
Mm-mm.
ever again.
Mm-mm. No, no, not at all. And my favorite traitor storyline of all time was Phaedra because A, that was the role that she has perfected on television for the last 20 years. It was so clear that before they got to the end of she was just bored to death
Hmm.
on there. I think she was like, these people are just stupid and y'all can go ahead and send me home because my kids are waiting for me to it just seemed like it got old for her at a point because I don't know, y'all. America.
I mean, it had to have been the case because like the only person who was really onto her was Trishelle,
Yeah.
and the idea that like Phaedra couldn't beat Trishelle in a match of wits.
Ain't no way.
Like I'm so sorry, and I know she won, but like,
I mean, by the hair of her chinny chin chin. It wasn't
mhm.
like it was, elaborate machinations.
I
Like
mean, she won because MJ was stupid.
right, exactly. Which is usually how you win a show like that. You figure out
Yes.
who the smartest people are, and then you have got to get them out of there
And
quickly
that's the
as you
problem
can.
with the traders,
No, it
is that
absolutely
like
is.
by the end of every season you are just left with like a couple of traders and the dumbest people in the castle.
Hmm.
And it's just like, okay, this isn't very
No, the
fun.
show actually gets really unfun by like the last three episodes because there isn't anybody left to root for. At that point, most of the traders usually just seem so distasteful because they do that same thing every time. Like, oh, I don't want people not to like me. I just have to. It's just like, shut up. You know what you're doing. You're over here trying to win this money. If you
It's
would
so
just lean into
difficult to
that.
lie. I've just been lying for 3 months and I can't be myself. And I feel so terrible deceiving all these people. Oh my God. Like, girl, it's called the Traitors.
Right,
Right.
right. It's like nobody's doing this with you. Please, please go home.
Yeah.
Like, as
Run a
much as I
game.
loved Alan Carr and the Celebrity Traders, like, the one thing that I hated was at the end, he won. He revealed, spoiler alert, he won. He revealed himself as a traitor and then starts crying. Like, it's been so hard. And it's like, girl, you ran circles around all these people. You deserve your flowers.
Absolutely. This is why I am a fan of yours. So please stop apologizing in this very not effective way, also on top of everything else.
Like the game is to lie and to cheat and to
That's
steal.
what you signed up for. That's
That's what you wanted. Everyone at the beginning of the
yeah.
game's like, I want to be a traitor. I don't want to be a faithful. So you got what you wanted. You did what you wanted to do with the opportunity and you won the money. And now you're gonna cry because like people like think that you're a liar. Yeah, you're a liar. You're a traitor. Ugh.
Honestly, I would assume that just being on reality TV would involve some level of lying.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah, like
right?
a competition show, certainly.
Even if it wasn't a competition, you're on reality TV, girl.
I did start the new reboot of Ladies of London on Bravo, and I have
I've
to say
never heard of this before.
it's so
Oh,
it's
that's
it's
good.
it's Real Housewives of London.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, lovely.
but this one girl in the second episode, she just quit the show because apparently off camera she said to one of the other ladies like all this like nasty shit about her best friend, her supposed best friend, like, oh, she's cringe and she's this and she's that and like whatever. And so like the lady that she said it to like came to dinner where the best friend was at and was like, oh well, you know, I feel like you put me in a weird position because you said that Micah is cringe and low class and this and that. And she's like, I would never say that about Micah. She's my sister. We've been friends for 25 years. Oh my goodness, I need to get some air. And she leaves the room and she's talking to the producers and she's like, I did say all of that. I did. I sure did. And then she comes back into the room and she's like, I would never say that. And the girl she was talking to was like, so I'm a liar. I'm a liar. And she's like, I don't know, maybe you interpreted what I said. And then like they cut to like 5 minutes earlier. I did say all that. I sure did. And then finally she's like, I just don't think I'm cut out for this show. I think I'm gonna leave. And then like the Chiron comes up on the show like Dara has left the show. And I was like, girl. How are you? Like all of this is on film. What is wrong with you people?
Especially, this is not second season of Real
It
World.
really
Everybody
isn't.
knows how these shows work. Everything is filmed. You're always on camera. You have to assume that anything you say can and will be used against you in the next episode, right? How come people are pretending like they don't understand that? I really don't get it. Must be drugs.
They need to read them their Miranda rights like before they start filming because it's the same thing. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion.
hmm And we are going to put it right on the episode for everybody to see it, to react to you, and maybe, just maybe, we'll apologize for it 20 years from now when somebody does a expose documentary on the producers of the show.
Yes. I don't want to keep talking about Tyra, but fuck her. We already did this. We already did this. We already did this.
Strangely evergreen topic.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't know that they had done one of those exposés on The Biggest Loser as well. And I watched that. Now,
I
those are.
did not know that. I've listened to podcasts exposés on that, and I was like, God, it's even worse than I remember.
Now, if we want to talk about evil people in the
Yeah.
reality
Talking about
television
Julian,
space,
Jillian, or whatever.
and Bob.
I never watched the show, so I kind of don't know. I mean, I know that it was about people losing weight. I only know about her just from her own turn towards MAGA.
hmm
Yeah, but
Yeah.
was so clearly evil before that.
It was very evil. Very, very evil.
Liked to watch people suffer. Like, I look
Oh
back on that and I'm
yeah.
like, girl, you know there's spaces you can do that consensually with adult, like you clearly have a thing. You clearly have a thing. There's spaces that there's a name for that and there's spaces for it. And you didn't have to bring it to national television, but
And,
you
not I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. You, consenting adults, y'all do whatever you want, Christy Noam's husband.
know.
No, we need to talk about her. But we can save that for another day. Yeah, no, but Biggest Loser was crazy in retrospect. Like, they would bring these people out to the ranch and just basically starve them and make them work out like 23 hours a day,
Oh
and
no.
then get on a scale with minimal clothes on, and then yell at them because you didn't lose enough weight. But then, like, these people would be losing like 30, 40 pounds in like a week.
Exercising until they throw up.
Oh
Hmm.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
This was literally the premise of the show. Like
Yeah.
this was the whole premise
And it was a
of
competition. So whoever, lost the most weight, like, won some
Mhm.
sort of prize. But like they would fuck their bodies up so badly, like mess their metabolism and their hormones up so badly that like they all ended up gaining the weight back like within like 2 months after the show.
Are you
And
serious?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, because
yeah.
they're like forcing them to like work out in like extreme states. Like it's not like, like a steady progression according to what your body can do and where you're at and like, like a normal, sane, trainer or
Right.
nutritionist would do. They're making them eat at like levels that are actually starvation,
Hmm.
in order to be in a caloric deficit and then lose as much weight as possible. Um,
While
and so
being
your
yelled at by
body.
these psychotic trainers. It's like, no,
Yes.
no, you're not doing enough.
Yes.
You're not doing enough. You want to die. You're gonna have a heart attack and die, and your kids are gonna be left without a mother. You fat bitch, get on the fucking treadmill. Like, it was just like
Like literally,
crazy.
like yeah, yeah, yeah. Like literally, do you want to die and like not ever get to see your grandkids? Like that's literally the stuff they would say. So also under severe psychological distress.
Hmm.
So,
Oh
you
my
know, when
gosh.
that's how your body is losing weight, your body thinks like, "Oh, we must be in a war, or we must be in a severe famine, or we must be in
We must be
like he
dying.
must be dying. This is not the normal state for you to be in. And so, of course, once you get off the show and your body can take a break, like, and then there's probably like binge eating is probably extremely attractive, because
Oh,
again, your body's like,
absolutely.
oh, we don't have to starve anymore. Great, glad that famine or war or whatever happened is over.
Let
Like,
me get the biggest box of Popeyes and have a good old time.
yeah, it was fucked up.
It was
It's
so
fucked up.
fucked up. And it's just like crazy how in retrospect we all just like watched it and just thought it was normal.
This what I be trying to tell people about them early odds. This what I be trying to
Hmm.
say. I'm
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
these were terrible times to be fat. Like, stop trying to take us back there. Stop it. I'm just now healing. Like, please.
Oh man, and that Bob Harper. He just grinds my gears.
Now,
I
who's Bob
mean,
Harper? Who's the other person on the show?
he was the other person on the show. He was supposed to be the nice one, but he was just as manipulative and crazy and mean.
The
And
show just stopped in 2020.
what?
This says it aired from 2004 to 2020.
Wow.
There must have been a break somewhere in there. And they
Yeah, yeah,
tried to
yeah,
like
yeah.
reboot it.
They had 18 seasons.
Oh, that
18 seasons.
sounds like that might have been straight through.
It looks like they
Well,
took a brief couple year break, but it ran continuously 2004 to 2016. Came
what?
back briefly. Yeah, 2004 to 2016 briefly return in 2020 for an 18th season. 18 seasons of that mess.
And I mean, they're no surprise. surprises here, right? I
That's
mean,
sobering.
we know who we hate in America.
Hmm.
And this sounds like exactly the kind of torture of people that a lot of Americans seemingly get off on, sorry, for the same reasons they're into watching any number of other groups being traumatized on TV for their entertainment.
Well, I mean,
That's disgusting.
I guess that goes back to our initial conversation.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not just that it's easy, that it's also cruel, and that is also a part of our culture, unfortunately. I mean, you just look at, the way people are, there's just genocide on our phone
Yeah,
all the time, and
Hmm.
people are just
yeah.
like, la 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 la. Like, who are we bombing this week? Whose
But
lives are we ruining this week?
this one to me also goes to, and I was thinking a little bit about this when we were talking about, um, conservatism in the Black community, like high levels of self-hatred
Hmm.
and how
Yeah.
that comes out in our entertainment, right? Like
Yeah.
we see ourselves reflected, we see the things that we are told not to feel good about ourselves. So then watching somebody be castigated for that on television, it gives people a little bit of removal from it. And it's more sad than anything else.
Well,
Mm.
I don't want to be sad. In typical American fashion, let's change the subject. I refuse to sit in this discomfort. I'm entitled to comfort and joy. Perhaps a little pure black joy.
Ooh.
Yes, I thought y'all might like that.
That was actually that was a really good segue too.
Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank you so much. Was it though? I think I just displayed my rotten soul to the whole of the internet. But we will be right back with a little bit of pure black joy. All right, and we are back with our final segment, Pure Black Joy. This is where we take a gander at the Black people, places, music, art, culture, food, all of the black wonderful things that are making us happy this week. And this week's comes from Dr. Lee Bynum.
Well, hello everybody. This one is direct from here in New York City, where our former and currently disgraced mayor, Eric Adams,
Child,
has accepted Albanian
I
citizenship,
can't.
and we are so glad for him. We are so
Wait.
happy.
When I saw that picture, the way I hooted and hollered and cackled,
Yeah,
I
y'all can have him. We don't want him. We don't need him. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
My guess is there's no extradition treaty. So that is what this is about in its entirety. But I saw that and I felt very, very good.
I have read that Albania, it's very easy to get a long-term visa there, and they are kind to black expats, apparently. So
Well,
that's
someone's gonna have to
probably
tell me all about
yeah,
it.
that
Yeah.
Hmm.
so that's probably why.
I mean,
Congratulations, former Mayor Adams. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, peaceful life in Tirana.
the way they ate him up in the comments of his own post, I was like, this is a treat. This is just the thing I needed to get me through the doldrums of 2026.
Fantastic news. Fantastic news.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Since we don't have them official racial drafts anymore, it's nice when some people just take themselves right on out.
Yes, Albanians, we are also offering you Candace Owens and a few others just in case. Just in case.
You want chili? You want a Kanye?
Nick Cannon and his 30 children. What can we
Mhm.
offer you?
Yep.
And then, I mean, I guess we would have to get something in return. Who's
We don't even
Albania?
need anything. This is
No, we
actually
don't.
just a gift.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
truly.
yeah.
Truly.
I mean, if y'all like black people, here you go.
Yeah. Byron
Take them.
Donalds, we got a list.
Oh, Lord. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this week. I hope you enjoyed our little picky bits. Picky bits. I just sent you that video. It's fun.
Please do.
It's a good song. We have a little picky bits. We're gonna have a little picky bits. All right. Please subscribe, leave us a review, tell your friends. Make sure that review has some words and 5 stars, please. Cinco. And especially subscribe if you are listening to us on Apple or YouTube. That really helps us out. I mean, even though 2/3 of us don't exist, we still need coins because capitalism affects.
Does exist.
Yes, it does
Yeah.
exist and affects
Yeah.
those who don't. Unfortunately. But I think that's gonna do it. Any words of wisdom before we go, y'all?
Oh no, maybe black people stay off of reality TV.
I mean, that's a good one. Ciara, we're praying for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's it. That's it. Okay. So if you were getting recruited for a reality TV show right now, put the phone down. Say no. You slap that phone onto the ground. You say no.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Okay.
Slam that laptop shut. And as always, we will be back in 2 weeks with I don't know what we're gonna be back with, but we're gonna be back with something fun. So,
Something good.
something
Surprise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. Bye, America.